Good morning and happy Monday to everyone today. This weekend, I learned a new technique using my embossing folder, and I cannot wait to share it with you. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kristina Reese. This is Creating with Kristina. I come live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on my Facebook channel to share card tutorials with you. And like I said, I've got a new embossing folder technique to share with you. All right, before we get started, however, I do want to remind you that our last chance product sale is still going on until May the 3rd. And when you use the host code here, let's see if I can point to it. There it is. You get if you spend $50 or more, I will send you a thank you gift, a nice thank you gift. And I just really appreciate all of you here this morning. All right. So today's card, I am featuring a few products. So let me pull this up here for you. The products I am going to share with you, and these are retiring. Whoops, we need to switch out the camera. Whoa, here we go. There we go. Nope. Sorry about this. Okay, getting all confused. I apologize. There we no. Oh my gosh, I can't get my fat fingers kept hitting the wrong button. Okay, so we have our last chance product sale going on until May 3rd. Now, I know a lot of you already own the Inspiring Iris. It is one of our most popular stamp sets. However, it is retiring. So those of you who do not own it yet, you are going to want to get this stamp set. It is so awesome. It has sending hugs, prayers, and lots of love. That is just the perfect sentiment for so many different cards. Wishing you the best, thanks, and you are somebody who makes everybody feel like somebody. And I love these sentiments. They're great, but mostly I love the irises. It is my favorite flower, and the color purple is my favorite color. Okay, so, and the other item that's retiring are these nested layering dies. They're called stitched nesting label dies, and they're really awesome because the label has a stitch, but also the negative, when you make a cutout hole, it has a stitched edge also. And I'm going to be using that technique on Wednesday, but today I'm just using the label part of it. All right, so those are the items I'm using today that are retiring. And good morning, Deborah, Nancy, Debbie Spicer, Linda Brady. All right, good morning, everyone. Our supply list. So first we need some paper, and the paper we're using is a white card base, and this is just traditional 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then we have a layer. Let me see if I can pick this thing up. Okay, we have a layer of Highland Heather, and it just measures 4 by 5.5, and this is what we're going to do the new technique on. I also have some scraps here. I have this, and this is the nested die. I've already cut it out of the gorgeous grape, so we're using that. This is just a scrap of 3/4 inch strip, and I used the banner pick-a-punch to do those points right there. And one more item that is retiring, and not only is it retiring, it is on sale. This is only $3.20. Every one of the in color ribbons, this beautiful scalloped linen trim, these are all on sale. They're regularly $8. They are on sale for $3.20 until supplies last, or May 3rd, whichever comes first. Okay, let me move the measurements out of the way so we can get started. Here we go. All right, like I said, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to, let me put this away. Before I do this embossing technique, I want to go ahead and create my focal image. Now I have my Stamparatus here, and I've already got my stamps put on here the way I need them. And I'm just tucking this 1/4 sheet of white, basic white cardstock here in the middle. I'm just using black for my outline. Whoa, whoa, thank you, Lord. I didn't drop that. Got it all over my fingers, but I didn't drop it. Okay, here we go. And we're just putting some ink here on that, and then we are going to close it up. Make sure everything's tucked up in the corner there, and use my shirt to do a nice little rub. And we have a beautiful black outline for our iris there. Now, I'm taking my wet Stampin' Chamois here to clean off the black ink. Oh, hey, good morning, Christine and Trudy and Mary. Welcome to the show. All right, we've got that all cleaned off. And now what I'm going to do is, this is one reason why this is such a fun stamp. It's a layering stamp, and what I mean by that is the leaves here of my iris, oops, I got black ink on there, darn it. Oh well. The leaves here on this stamp, I don't have to actually color them in with markers or colors or anything. I can just use the filler stamp, okay, and I'm just putting Old Olive on there. Stamp it up. I've already lined it up, and give it a nice rub. And I've got my leaves already colored in. Okay, now, I'd like those a little darker. I'm going to do that again. Okay, get some ink on there. And, okay, make sure everything's in the corner again, and it's going to stamp right back where it was. I was pulling my shirt off as I do that. There we go. Oh, that's better. That's a little darker there. Okay, so our leaves are colored in. Now we're going to take this piece out, and I have the iris flowers over on this one, and I'm going to use the Highland Heather to color in my irises. Hey, good morning, Cecilia. Good morning. Here we go. And we're just going to tap that on there, and I'm going to show you this awesomeness here. And now our irises are colored. Isn't that fun? Oh, I love that. The Stamparatus makes it easy, so I could go back and make a whole bunch of these. But for right now, let's just put this over to the side. We're finished with that, and we are going to cut this out with one of the smaller nesting dies. So like I said, I already cut the larger one out. This one's a little smaller, so it's going to layer on top there. That's why they're called stitched layering, or stitch nested. I'm sorry, stitch nested dies. And actually, I don't need all of this paper here. I'm just going to cut that right in half. Okay, and that could be a piece of scrap for later. And I want most of my iris in the label. Now, it doesn't fit exactly, but that's okay, because running off the edge is fine. All right, and then I'm going to use a little bit of washi tape to hold that in place so it doesn't move when I run it through the machine. Okay, and I'm just going to pull out this little tiny cut and emboss machine. I love this thing. Whenever you're doing something small like this, you don't want to get out your big, heavy embossing machine. Okay, and then we just, whoops, it went in at an angle. You got to make sure it goes in straight. Okay, and then you just crank it. There we go. Oops, I twisted my paper there. That's all right. I'm using washi tape to hold that down too. Hey, I love it. All right, here we go. Just pull that off of there. Get these out of the way. And ta-da! I'm gonna pull that up so y'all can see it. Isn't that cool? Cool. All right, just pull all that out of the way so I can keep working here. All right, now, I've stamped and I've cut it out. Now what I'm going to do is get my gorgeous grape one that I've already cut out, and I'm going to layer these together, all right? So I need some adhesive. Get out my stamp and seal here. And just layer that right on top of there. All right, see how it just nests right in there? Perfect. Okay. So, cool, huh? Now that I have this done, we're going to do the new technique I promised. Here we go. All right, so I have a quarter sheet of the Highland Heather. I want to trim it down to 4 by 5 1/4. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, 4 by 5 1/4. But before I do that, I am going to ink it up, and so I need a piece of scratch paper so I don't get this all messy. So let me grab some scratch paper here. And I need my Versamark ink, okay? All right, so just take your Versamark ink pad, and you're just going to get ink all over this paper. Can you see it? Okay. Woo, come on. Oops, okay. Might need some stamping. I've done this a couple of times now, and so the Versamark ink is not as wet on the surface as it was the first time I did it. Okay, and you can kind of see. All right, so it's all inked up. All right, put that back away. Now, get out something to catch all of the powder, because you need the whole jar of powder because you're covering the entire surface. All right, you ready for this? Here we go. And you're just going to cover this whole thing. Okay, and if you run out, just put it back in the jar and do some more. Okay, looks like I missed there a little bit where I'm holding it. Okay. Of course, I'm going to trim it, so that's not too bad, but let me just go ahead and, there we go. All right, move that to the side for a second. Let me get all this put back in here. All right, and you can see I'm just using an old coffee filter. It's just really inexpensive. Yeah, and put that to the side. Now, another thing I have, these will save you and your craft room from becoming a total disaster area. Not just a little bit of a disaster area. Okay, so we're just in its, it really is, especially glitter. Glitter sticks to these too. It's great. Okay, now that we've got that, now we've got to get the heat embossing tool, and this is going to be kind of loud, so be wary. Oh, and I need something to hold this with because I don't want to burn my fingers. All right, so we need to get our heat embossing tool, and we're just going across this. It hasn't quite gotten hot enough. You know it's hot enough when the powder starts to melt and look shiny. Okay, and I'll show you that in just a sec. Here we go. All right, see how it's melting and becoming shiny? Okay, and we just need to do this whole thing. All right, come on. There it goes. There we go. Now you want to keep this heat tool away from things like my cutting mat that's on my desktop. So that's why I do it over here. Okay, it is melting. Slowly but surely it's getting there. There's a lot on here. So, there we go. Come on. I should have done most of this already for you, but there we go. Okay, and while I'm doing this, let me tell you some more things. Like I said, we're having our sale right now. It's the last chance product sale. And the reason why we're having it is because we have a new catalog coming out on May the 3rd. All right, and how I found out about this technique is we had an online conference this weekend. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. And one of the ladies showed us how to do this. And that's what's so fun about going to the conference is you get these really amazingly talented people who get the product early and come up with these great ideas. Okay. Looks like we're almost there. Hold on. Where I'm holding it with my tweezers, I need to switch. There we go. Get that little corner. Okay, make sure that little corner's done. Okay, I think we're almost done. Yeah. All right, now we got to let that cool for just a sec. Okay. All right. So Debbie says, crafting area is always a mess. Oh, absolutely. Going home soon, so all will be packed up for several. Oh, goodness, Debbie. All right. So yeah. Oh, I have Janet here this morning. Good morning, Janet. Hey, me, Mom. Glad you could make it this morning. All right. So the type of powder I used was clear embossing powder. Can you see how shiny that is? So that's how you know when it's done, is it's shiny. And then also, you need to make sure it's completely dry and cooled off before you do this next technique. I'm so excited. I can't wait to show you. All right, are we ready? Yeah, we're ready. All right, so pull out my big embossing machine here. I don't know if y'all can see it. No, you really can't. All right, so let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this paper, and I'm going to take my embossing folder, and I'm just going to put that in there. I'm going to close it up, okay? Run it through the machine, just like normal. And here's where the magic happens. Isn't that awesome? So this is our fine arts embossing folder, and now my paint is all glossy and shiny. It's so pretty. Isn't that fun? I was so excited when I heard about this technique. Now, I've done the technique where you ink up the folder and then run it through, but this is different because it gets the embossing on the entire paper. Okay, so that's that. Now let me trim it real quick. I do need to make sure it's only 4 by 5 1/4. So let me go here at 4. And then at 5 1/4. Okay. There we are. Oops. And let's finish putting our card together. Here we go. We have our white base. Now, because this is now really thick, because it's got the embossing powder on there, and it's also textured. Oh, and by the way, look at the difference. Isn't that cool? We want to use liquid glue. That is my strongest adhesive that I have. So when this dries, nothing will get it off. It will tear your paper if you try to get it off once it's dry. Okay, and we're just going to put that on centered, just like that. Okay, and we're going to hold it there for a sec. Yes, Mima, tan paper with the world maps. Oh, yeah, that's going to be pretty. Oh, my gosh, yes. Hey, Christine, how are you this morning? Oh, and I've got Rhonda up here, too. Hello, hello. There we go. All right, I think that's pretty good. All right, we're going to leave that there. Now, where are my nested dies? And, of course, we need to put this up on dimensionals, of course. And where are my dimensionals? Here they are. All right. And there. And now the rest of this card is going to be kind of simple. All right. And there we go. Now, I have the nested die. And I'm going to kind of put it to the side a little bit. That way, I have room for my sentiment. Okay, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do my sentiment a little different than usual. Usually I put it straight across there, but I'm going to put it off center here. All right, so I have my sentiment stamp right here. Okay, and then I have my, oh, gorgeous grape. I need the gorgeous grape. Yeah, because I want a dark sentiment, not a light one. So here's my gorgeous grape, and here's my sentiment. And this is the Sending Hugs, Prayers, and Lots of Love stamp. And I'm just centering that. Perfect. And then I have a piece of the ribbon. Well, I had a piece of the ribbon. Oh, shoot, I meant to wrap that. You know what? Because it's got embossing tape right there, I can still lift this up. Yeah, it doesn't tear the paper. So, hold on. Where's my silicone? Silicone mat. It won't stick to that either because I need to run the tape runner on the back. That's what I need to do because I'm going to have it. Come on. I'm going to wrap it around the back. All right. Go. Make sure that's even. Okay, good. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I forgot to do that. All right, so wrap your ribbon around your layered dies before you stick it to your card base. Now, like I said, we got lucky because this shiny embossing, it didn't stick so hard that you couldn't get it off. And I hadn't pressed it down very hard either. All right, so now we've got that on there. Okay. And then where is... Uh-oh, what did I do with my sentiment? There it is. Okay, now we're going to put the sentiment right there. So we need a dimensional on one side. Okay, if you put it on both sides, you're going to have a lopsided sentiment. Okay, and how I'm doing this, yeah, I want it just sticking off the edge a little bit and having the ribbon hiding back behind it like that. Make sure I'm, yeah, right there. Okay. And we are done. Sending hugs, prayers, and lots of love. I just love this new technique. Isn't it awesome? It's awesome. All right, let me switch back to here. Okay. All right, let me just recap real quick. So what I did was I took my Versamark. Y'all can't see what I'm doing. Sorry. Recap, I took my Versamark, I rubbed it all over my layer here. Then I took the clear embossing powder, sprinkled it on there, heat embossed it. Then I took the Fine Arts embossing folder right here, ran it through the machine, and I got this really cool technique, huh? Awesome. All right. Y'all have an awesome Monday. Thanks again for joining me today. I'm going to be back Wednesday. We are in the middle of a card challenge right now. And the card challenge is using, and I had misquoted earlier, this new in colors. These are the 2019-2021 because they're retiring in the year 21 in colors. I'm missing the Seaside Spray. I already used up all that ribbon. You have to use at least one of these colors to enter the card contest, and I will be drawing for the winners on Wednesday and doing another card challenge. So go over to the Facebook page, or you're on the Facebook page right now, those of you who are watching me live. Up at the top of the Facebook page is a pinned post for you to put a picture of your card. Okay, I need you to put it there so I can find everybody when it's time to draw the name. And, or if you're on the YouTube channel, you need to go over to my Facebook page, and down in the description, there is a link to my Facebook page. Okay, all right, see you guys Wednesday. Bye-bye.